Hello, hello. Good morning, everybody. It is actually still morning. I'm sending my daughter a text real quick just so she knows that I'm on at a different time slot. Because Squishy cried last night when they called me and I had to hang up. So I don't want that to happen again. So I will just tell her Gigi is out of commission right now because I'm swapping times with Rosanna, which she can give you more details should she like to. She just needed to see a doctor today. Um, Not anything major. Um, Anyways, I don't know if HIPAA laws exist within the beading world, but in case they do, that's all I'm gonna say. Ugh, I don't know why. I just can't do the dry shampoo thing. Never works out for me. Good morning, Donna. Good morning, Dawn. I'm sure other people will be trickling in. They're probably like, wait, what? I forgot to open some of my Advent envelopes from Rosanna last week, and then obviously over the weekend and today. So we should be starting with that. I hope I'm not just gonna miss everybody because they're expecting me at noon, but it was kind of a last minute thing this morning. So let's start with opening my advent calendar envelopes, and then we will get into today's project, which I hope is going to be fun. We'll see. Alrighty, down on the mat. So the first day is the 12th. I don't know how I forgot these, but ooh, we have some pendants. She knows that I have a hard time with these, but these are really pretty. I love the scroll work. There's like hearts on it. So pretty. Ooh, and I like when they do a double loop so you can hang something right here in the middle. Love that. So this was my advent for the 12th. I really like those. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Ooh. And then I have some filigree pieces. This is beautiful. This might shock you, but I kind of wish there were more loops on this. I would love to do like a seed bead drapey situation on those. I think it would be beautiful. Hello, Caroline. Hello, Beth. So I have some filigree pieces from Rosanna. I really do like this fan. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Because this has like the, I don't want to say it wrong. I don't know if this is Buddha or another character. I wish that there was a way I could connect this to my bell, because even the like figure in the middle is bell shaped. And then on the back, there are like little dragons and some writing here. I don't know what it means. I could look it up with the Google. Last time I did that, though, I was kind of disappointed because it didn't mean anything. Okay, and then the 14th. Ooh, this could be at the bottom of an ornament. And you know I've been using those colors this holiday season. So that would be beautiful. Hi, Rosanna. Poke a hole in that. Poke a hole in what, my dear? The bell? There's already a hole in this one. Right there. And then there's a hole in the fan up here. Because I wouldn't want the fan to be the... I mean, that doesn't look bad. Well, I've got options, right? I can either have it displayed with this being the top or flip it around and then... But like I said, I would love if there were like loops all along the side here. And it looks like there may have been at one time because there's a little bit of leftover metal right there. So, yeah, the Chinese keys to hang the bell. Yeah, that would be pretty. Man, I might have to pop holes in these. Just cut off this loop altogether, sand the bottom, and then pop holes all the way across. There is already holes in the so there's one up here, one down here, and then there are 2 holes on either corner of the fan. So I could use that. I don't know. Very pretty. This is going to be gorgeous on the bottom of a snowflake. I love it. So excited to use that. I might pop it out and use that cabochon wire that I showed last week, just so that because I've done all of these in silver, or I just stretch my imagination and design one in gold. One or the other, but that will be beautiful hanging from the bottom. Okay, and then day 15, which is today. Woo-hoo. Let's see. Ooh, speaking of, look at this pretty crystal. Oh, that's pretty. I love me a good sphere. Oh, that is so pretty. I can't tell if it's crystal or acrylic, but even if it is acrylic, it's still beautiful. And I'm sure would still throw some rainbows because of the faceting. So I'm excited. It is crystal. Okay, cool. Oh, double strand pearls with the blue pendant. That would be beautiful. Yeah. Oh, I could have this and then hang the bell from the bottom. I just connected the dots all the way. If you start to see smoke up here, that's why. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I really like that. I like the Buddha and like all of the like birthstone figures on this side, but I also like the dragons on the back. So this might be one of those situations that I would like to turn into a double-sided and just wear it either way. So I just have to be more careful in my like bead selections to make sure that there aren't any one-sided ones. I'm excited. I'm going to buy. Okay, Quinn, please stop. We are on puppy watch. So she's early. She's not supposed to be due for 10 more days, but she tends to go early. And then she has smaller puppies that grow super fast. She's like 8 pounds. Her face is still little and cute. She has such a big belly right now. Like literally, guys, I'm not even like shoulders. Whoop. And crazily enough, puppy dogs, as soon as they give birth, they're snatched right back together. I wish that us females could do that, but not us lucky. This would be pretty to do a sun catcher with the like hearts. Okay, I know that you're nesting, but I need you to stop. All I can do is hear her scratching, and it's annoying. Okay, so today we are going to make, thank you, Rosanna. I really like these and I'm excited to experiment with them and take on some things I haven't done before. Okay, today is Christmas. We are going to be doing ornaments. No, they're not snowflakes. So I want to do some of the like swirly down ones, especially because on Late Night Beading with Becky and Jenny, this past Friday night, she made some, and I was always like, oh, but you can't attach the beads the way I might like, blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, oh no, I just wire wrap them on. And I was like, she makes the frame and then she just wire wraps the beads on. So then she's not constricted with the whole size of the different beads or the sizes, and she's able to do all of that. So that has always been my like hang up with the twirly ones because that happens. So I'm excited to have a new way. Plus, I might use some of my twisted wire for the tree frame. Because I think that that could be really pretty. I'm going to try to do 2 today. I will, if not, we'll hit it back up tomorrow. But I want to do blues and whites and silvers, and I want to do a golds and reds and greens, or maybe just golds and reds. I'm not sure. But also, question for some of you more experienced jewelry makers. Do you think that if I strung on seed beads first and then did the twirl, that would be a good idea? Or would the seed beads just break as I was trying to spiral it? That's my little like, situation over here, because I'm not sure if that would like be an issue or not. But I have the cutest little beads that will be absolutely beads first. Okay. And then I can just wire wrap the larger beads around. Okay. I have these itty bitty, like little, I think they're 2.5 millimeter, like spacer balls, but they have been wire wrapped, and I thought these would be perfect for on the spiral tree. So we'll go there. Okay. So I have my red, gold, green. I think there's even some clear and silver in here too. This was the 'Tis the Season bead mix from last year, and I do have the blue around here somewhere, but we just had a sale and are gonna have another sale. Oh yeah, so for those of you who missed it, I had a sale on Sunday. It was supposed to be on Saturday. Had a bad pain night, didn't get any sleep, turned into a migraine, so I had to postpone till Sunday. If you would like to go back and shop the replay, you're more than welcome to do so. Just email me your order. I did link my email the in the chat, but I will also, it's also, I believe, in my description of all of my videos. Okay, where was I going with that? Oh, you can just send me the item number, how many you want, and we can do it that way. We were supposed to have pendants at the end, but we were missing the beginning of the Broncos game, which, by the way, epic game. Such a good game. So reminiscent of the 98-99 Super Bowl game with Green Bay and the Broncos. It was a great game. Great game. A little chippy, which I don't like, but they settled down after that. So we're going to do the pendants on Wednesday. And I'm going to try to do it like so that it's only 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time instead of 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that is the goal. Okay, so then if we are going to do this before, I need to see if the seed beads even fit. If not, then I will just do a frame in the, I'm worried because this is 18 gauge, so it's kind of, I don't know if seed beads will fit on 18 gauge, so that might rule this idea out altogether. Oh, come on. Will it fit? If I didn't have to hold it the way I'm holding it, maybe. No, it will not fit on the 18 gauge wire. That's disappointing. Okay, well, we might just have to make the frame and then go in and wire wrap these on a thinner gauge wire, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So I'm going to start with my little loop for the top, obviously. I don't know. I'm thinking that I'm going to pull out a good 18 inches of this bare bronze wire that I really like. I'm kind of like obsessed with it and will be using it a lot in the new year. So we need to cut that, and then we need to cut this flush. My double flush cutter isn't liking 18 gauge recently. Okay, now we need my, oh my goodness, are you kidding me right now? My bell set making plier must be hidden somewhere right here, and I'm just not seeing it, but it's okay. I'm just gonna make my little loop, and this will be like where I add the hanger for. I don't like the straight part right here, so I'm just going to cut it off, and then I'm going to finish my loop. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm going to start this on my ring mandrel. Did it fall? Where are my bail step making pliers and my good cutters? Here it is. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna start I don't know, maybe just start on like 1 and then do a little, I'm completely off camera, I'm sorry. I don't know, I might just swirl it myself. Unless it starts looking really bad. But aren't they supposed to be kind of freeform? And this will look different because obviously I will pop that up. So it's not going to be like that big of a deal. That won't be what it looks like. Freeform wire Christmas tree pendant. I could have probably done my spirals a little bit smaller. And then we just pop our little loopy loop up. And and center it like so. And then grab that and slowly start spreading the like loops apart. I know some people, when they're doing like the littler ones, could have made this a little bit tighter. I don't know if that's something I can fix now, but I'm gonna try a little bit. And I need this to be more round-ish. Just like that. Okay, so mine will be a smaller Christmas tree. This one will, at least. Because it's really hard to go back and try to tighten it up a little bit. But that's okay, because now I know that I need more than like 18 inches of wire. Very free form. I could have wire wrapped it while it was straight too. That would have been much easier, but yeah. I know you wore your jersey yesterday. I was very happy to see that. It was a very good game. Beth. Oh, I'm sorry, Rosanna. I hope that that's the only one you get. I get that vaccine because I don't want them. I had chicken pox really bad as a child, and they say that that makes you more susceptible to shingles, I guess. So another, gift from that prime DNA that I have. Okay, not gonna lie. I kind of just want to cut this right here because I don't like how the end of this is not curved as much as I would like it to be. So I'm going to try to curve it. No, it's not working. And just cut it right there. So this will definitely be a smaller ornament, but this is 18 karat gold bare bronze wire. And it is very reminiscent. Bronze wire, like stainless steel, is a little bit harder to work with. Okay, and then I looked for my 24 gauge bronze wire, did not find it, so we're gonna have to go with 22. So, again, I think I should have. I'm not gonna lie, this one might end up just having like something that comes down the middle, because I'm wondering now if I should just wire wrap it first. What do you guys think? I did just get some beautiful crystals yesterday. Got these ones, very sparkly. And these next two literally came on 28-inch strands. So these are clear with the like metallic silver wash, which are very pretty. Hi, Dawn. And I got some more of the gray because I've been loving doing the black and silver. Okay, am I chicken if I just kind of decide to do a center? That little scrap isn't long enough, but I can use that for jump rings. I'm kind of chicken. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let's see. Also, I really wish, with all of the technology available to us now, I really wish that they could do twinkle light strands in smaller, like shorter strands without it having to have the ginormous battery pack, because I would so put that on like everything. Okay, I am gonna do my little hybrid loop, so it doesn't take much wire, but probably takes more wire than this. Those are flat nose. Those are gonna get you nowhere. Finish wrapping this loop around. How did I do that? There we go. We do need to center this loop better. And take it out of there. Put it one set of pliers, grab your flat nose, and I'm gonna hold it right where I want the wire to go. Well, as much as possible, because it's kind of pointed up. And I'm just gonna go and slowly, in little bites, close this up until it meets the where the loop began. And I like to hold my pliers as close to the top loop as possible so that it doesn't jump as much as it just did. These ones, 18 gauge wire is a little difficult to get real close to. Come on. I'm just struggling everywhere over here right now with this 18 gauge bronze wire. Okay, there we go. Let's straighten up our loop. Center it down. You guys. I just realized that I shouldn't, in making the loop, I should have been flattening out the bottom. We'll call it a design choice, and maybe well, the belt might be too big to hang from this. I don't know. I have plenty here. I can cut off the end and do the way that I should have been doing it. So I'm just going to take my wire and stick it in the box joint of my step belt making pliers, flatten it out, and then I'm going to take my teeny tiny pliers and I'm going to just fold it over on itself like so. And then this is where I bring in my Xeron pliers and I just situate the loop in like I start at the biggest and squish it in flat. And then I just slowly go up the jaws until they are completely flat, one up against the other. Okay, don't do that. Then I cut off the excess because I want it to look like a ball. Okay, that clipped, so come on. That's still more than I would like. Yeah, that's too much. But this is how I make my own components, because copper and bronze, their actual bronze wire is not easy to find. Okay, where are my... Can you please just clip? Thank you. There we go. Okay, now we can stack up some beads. Yeah, I know. I just don't understand how, like, phones can go 200 meters below the wire. I was trying to find, I had some out, but we cleared off my desk for the sale. And I haven't recluttered it as of yet. But the smallest ones they have are like 0.6 inches. So if you're doing a big snowflake with the center like kind of chunky and thick and whatever else, then you might be able to use it on that. But on all the rest of them, the battery pack would show, and that would be annoying. So if any of you know of one that is like under half an inch, like box wise, please send me the link. I would greatly appreciate it. Hi, Heather. And Caroline, I think I said hello to you, but I'm not 100% positive, so I will just say hello again. Good morning. Alrighty, so now we just have to decide. I think I want to keep it very simple. And we can start with a little crystal. As long as it will fit on the 18 gauge wire, which is the question. And it does. Oh, maybe. When I made my little kink, it made a bend up here for some reason. There we go. It's on the bottom. Okay, now I need my daisy spacers, which are right here. Making sure they're all the little ones. Ooh. Should I put a daisy spacer down at the bottom? No. The little ball will be pretty all by itself. Okay. Now we can just stack them up using various beads. I'm trying to see like which ones I want to use. There are some 4mm golden shadow check glass bicones. So we will put that one on next. And then that's too similar of size. I don't like that, actually. That's too close. I have some greens right here that are just kind of mix mash. This must have been a seed bead soup creation. You know, I really do like this blue, the peacock blue with the gold. So pretty. Same size. Don't want that. Okay, 6mm green bicone on next. Because it's little, I don't need to make too many. Like, it doesn't have to. I will definitely have leftovers for the next stage. Where are my gold stackers? There they are. In fact, we might just go to the center one right now because I'm going to do one of the large like golden shower. You get down there. Let me see. I like that. If it's a little big, it's okay. It's for my tree. This wouldn't be one that I'm selling. So, where is my? There it is. What would we? I want to put like one of the dark green. The like really dark green. You know what? I'm actually going to swap this because I forgot that I have these really dark green bicones that I think will look pretty as the beginning since we're doing the, oh no, unless they don't fit. Not, that one doesn't anyways. Maybe I'll get lucky and one will have a slightly larger drill hole than the other. I would probably want under 1/2 inch. Are you a good finder? Like, that's one of my superpowers. It's just this one item that I don't seem to be able to find. Come on, go down without breaking. Woohoo! Thank you for listening. Go to this, and then like a larger clear crystal, which I might not have right here. Let me go through a desktop bead soup. You guys are gonna laugh at me. This would look so pretty dangled at the bottom. So the loop at the bottom, yeah, me too. I like finding the best quality, quantity in the best price. It's kind of like, I like to say it's my superpower. This would look so pretty hanging from the loop on the other piece of wire that, oh, I cut it off to do this. That's right. But move on because I don't want to go. I don't like to waste my bronze wire. I'm much stricter with myself when it comes to this. Okay, that little bit, and then we can do, oh, a crystal. That's what we're looking for. Clear crystal. Those are not clear, but they are very pretty. I'm just looking here to the side of my desk. I have like this shelving unit that like pulls out and pushes in. It has like 3 shelves that pull out, and then obviously the bottom is stationary. Luckily, all of my crystals are right here. So, disappearing act numero uno. Are these big enough? They are indeed. Okay, Daisy Spacer. I hope these aren't all. No, they're not. Ooh. There we go. I have a square one. Oh, please fit on the wire. It does. Thank goodness. That's kind of cool. Alrighty, and then we need to decide how we are going to do the center, because I'd like to do like this, a situation, and then this again on the other side, pointing the opposite way. So let's put the gold flower. Come on. Your friend fit just fine. I don't know why you won't. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, and then one of the larger dark green. That's so pretty. Oh, but do I want that for the center? Do I instead want to go like this? And then use, possibly. Sorry, I'm talking to myself instead of you guys. I apologize. Oh, no, in the heel? It's okay, Mary. I'm typically not on at this time, so I don't know that that will be. Oh, that actually doesn't look too bad. Oh, but I was talking about using this. Duh. As the center. This would be a beautiful icicle. So this might need to be recreated. Okay. And then the flower, the cap. And you'll see that working with bronze wire is much like working with copper wire. You'll get those little like marks on your fingers. Okay, I need another square. But hey, it's not a snowflake, guys. So it looks like it's going to be longer than my Christmas tree, but I'm okay with that. I will just, I can always stretch it a bit more than I did because I don't like when they get too stretched out. Come on. Here's another one. Please fit. I wonder if I cut it at a slight angle. Nope. Can't force it or it will break. Uh-oh. I'm gonna try them all because little guy on the bottom fit. I might have to swap that out and do red at the bottom, which is okay because I have plenty of red. Come on. And it was a Christmas miracle, it seems, that the green one fit on because it was difficult to get off. Okay, where are my dark red? So we will pull in some of these, which I believe do fit on the 18 gauge wire. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. That may be a better option all around. Because now we're not having to force it. We can do, I believe we did this. Bring it down. We're going to do a gold, the green, the gold, the other crystal, our other square bead, And then we're going to finish off with another of the deep red. There we go. This is going to be the center of our spiral Christmas tree. So we need to leave room because we don't want to break any of our crystals. I'm going to do my hybrid loop, which I'm sure is no surprise to any of you. Did I get it all the way? No. Sometimes you need the bent chain nose because then you don't see the, I want to keep it, you can keep it up closer. It's just scary because my crystal's right there too. Okay, that's going to be enough for me. Clip off the end, center the loop a little bit better. There's a slight bowing of my wire, so straighten that up. And then, like I said, we might need to hold the tree down just a tiny bit more, not a whole heck of a lot. I don't want it to be like Charlie Brown's Christmas or anything. I don't know why I did such a big loop on this, though. It's all right, though. We will figure it out. Okay. Trying to figure out the best way to do this. And I'm going to mess it all up, and then I'm going to be so mad at myself. Okay. It just doesn't appear centered in the tree, and I need this to be centered, or my gangly, my other thing will not like be able to fit on. Okay, so we're going to open this loop by twisting it out. Not, I just did that completely wrong. Oh, oops. Put it in the Christmas tree. Come on. Okay, hang that from the loop. And go in and close this loop. Like I said, it's a little bit long, but I'm not mad at it. I'm okay with it. I like it. So we did this one. Now we're going to do the Christmas tree one. I promise. Because, yeah. Okay, put that to the side. I'm going to clean up my mess. What the heck? These were not in. This must have been on upside down because I was like, wait, where's that one? To the side. The lid on that. Not sure where this size went. I guess it's, oh, it goes on this one. I lose the lids of these all the time, so my stacks end up being so tall. It's ridiculous. Okay. Pick up the greens. And the golds, because now we're going to silver. straps. So it will be good. That is not the lid for these, and I don't want these spilling, so I'm going to leave it up on my desk. All right, this is the, yep. Okay, so this time around, I'm going to pull out more than 18 inches. And I'm going to warm it with my fingers a little bit, but it is a very long piece of wire, so there's that. Okay. We're going to cut off the spool. And do this. So we need to start with our loop up at the top. Again, I'm going to do the hybrid loop. So in case you are new, I don't like simple loops. I don't find them to be secure enough. And I don't like when you do the traditional triple wrapped loop, how much wire it leaves at the top and bottom of either a single bead or a link or several beads. It's just not my thing. So I came up with this and I tested it and it did not budge. I had it up against a traditional triple wrap loop and it held strong. So we're going to go from there. Oh, okay. So what is going to be happening is that Rosanna will take Randy's time slot and then I will take her time slot. That's the way we're going to do it. Although I'm thinking now we may want to touch base with Dorothy and see if Dorothy wants to go. Dorothy might want to go at the 2-hour mark, do her hour, and then I could start. So we'll do a little text between the three of us, I guess, and try to figure that out. But Rosanna, for the most part, will be in Randy's time slot, and I will be taking over Rosanna, unless we're going to try to get Dorothy in the middle of that. So Rosanna would be on from 8 to 10 Central Time, I believe, and then Rosanna or Dorothy could be on from 10 to 11, and then I can come on an hour early from 11 to 1. So we will get something posted in the community part of all of our channels just so people are clear. But we got to talk to, I don't want Dorothy to feel like she's just, because Rosanna and I both go over all the time, so I don't want her to feel like slighted by that. So yeah. So anyways, when I make these, I like to put my barrel directly in the curve of this. I find it makes a much nicer centered loop that doesn't have to be adjusted. So it looks really good. And then I just go, this is a really long piece of wire. I go up, over, and down. Then I rotate my pliers to face the mat. I pull it over like that, switch hands, grab my wire, and I just twist this, just that half turn until it comes back to where the loop started, which I will show you what I mean by that. Let me just straighten. I'm just straightening it. I'm not centering it. Do you see how centered that loop is by going into the bend itself? I like that a lot. And then I like to cut my wire on the sides rather than the front or back. That way there isn't a front or back. Because I would find that like I would start and I'd be doing a pattern and there would be wire, the cut showing on one side and not showing on the other. And then if you try to turn the loops, it's a whole thing. So I just cut mine on the side of my loop. And then I'm going to just come in here and snip the excess off, just like that. Tuck in any sharp bits, which again, cutting on the side helps reduce that a lot. I also prefer to tuck in my wire once beads are on it, because then it can't like jump down. So it's easier to get it around. Okay. Now, because we are going to be wire wrapping this, and this is only 20 gauge wire, I am going to use my nylon jaw pliers real quick and run over it a few times to work harden it, which I do just by holding onto my loop and pulling it down. And this is silver plated Beadalon artistic wire, in case you're wondering. I'd hoped it was German style wire, because if it was, I wouldn't have to do this, but sadly it was not. Okay, and then we're going to take our 20H gauge wire right here. I'm going to pull off a pretty healthy bunch, because this will get in my way a lot less than the other. But if I need to add more, it's very simple. Okay, tool roundup. We're going to take all of our tools and put them away so they're not on the mat, causing my camera to not know where to focus. I'm still going to need this, but everything else can go away for now. I will obviously have to pull some of them out again, but I also like to do a tool roundup before the start of any videos that I do. Oh, because then I know where everything is. Oh, I don't know what. Nothing spilled. That is a win in the TT Trinkets and Treasures world. Okay, I'm going to go to one end and I'm going to come down underneath my loop. And I'm going to hold the wire and I'm going to go around. And this is 28 gauge wire, by the way. I'm going to go around like 3 times. And then I'm going to use, we should probably go more than 3 times, because we're going to obviously need to center this top loop, and we will be wrapping the top. So that is like 9 and 10. I'm going to go in with my pliers and first squish that together, and then I'm going to move it up. And so as not to keep poking myself, I'm going to cut off the end over there, take this and tuck it in nicely. Again, sometimes that is easier done once you have beads on it. Okay, now I have, where did they go? Where are the seed beads that I grabbed? I swear I grabbed these, and I grabbed white, and I grabbed silver. What the heck? Did I put them back down? No, I had them all like. Why do I found my 24 gauge bare bonds wire. So I'll be doing the other tree after, well, probably on my own, but I swear I grabbed 2 tubes of seed beads. One was silver and the other was white. White with a B. And now I feel like a lunatic. In case you are new, I have a condition called Durkheim's that affects my memory recall pretty bad. So sometimes this happens, or I'll be talking and completely lose my train of thought, and then it's over. Okay, here are some other silvers, not the ones that I originally pulled out to do this with. I also considered using white wire. So I have like 28 gauge white wire, so I might do that as well for more. Okay, so oh my goodness gracious, I know that I had it. I want to use that so that then when I put in like the little bicones and stuff, I have a couple of rounds that I can do with just the itty bitty white and silver beads. So those are the silver. Let me look and see if I just place them down again. Checking my beads right here on the mat. Not there. Did I place them? I don't know why I would have put them back down, but let me check real quick. Oh. This is gonna drive me mental. Okay, well, it looks like I'm not the only one who do disappearing acts. Apparently, so do my. Oh, there they are. Found them. I'm not crazy. Okay, so we have little white with bead delicas, and we also have silver right here. Thank you. Ooh, oh wait. You're making stars out of straws? Anita, you're gonna have to share a picture of that and Beading Besties and tag me, please. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out, Beth. Yes, I agree, John. Maybe our story, but it's his glory. So yes. I must have that too. I swear. Ooh, Brianite chips. I bet that will be pretty though. Hi, Renee. Well, I'm glad you're here. Even if you're lurking, we have all the Dons in attendance. In case you didn't see that. Okay, let's get back to this. So that I'm not here forever. Okay. And then I figure every so often I will just put in a like itty bitty blue bicone, which I have right here. And then like I said, I have those little silver ball charms, which I think will be cute because if we wire wrap through the loop, it'll kind of hang down. I think we'll see if that's what happens or not. But in the meantime, we have to find the other end of our wire. And you want to be careful so as not to kink your wire. So we'll just do like, I'm not going to, this is where a bead spinner would come in so handy right now. And I'm not going to be super like patterned about this because I feel like, I don't know, Christmas trees aren't supposed to be perfect, right? That's what makes the different ones special for all of us. So I'm just going to kind of, you see how I just flick my beads everywhere? This is why I don't seed bead. I send more beads flying than is necessary for the entire pattern of something. So I don't know. I'm just not. If anybody has any tips for picking up itty bitty beads off the mat easier, I am open and welcome suggestions. And every once in a while, I'm going to just pull the beads all the way down so that I can see the space. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put on one of my little bicones now. Let's go with the dark blue first. And these will be the little ornaments. The next one will be one of the little bowl spacers. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be pretty. And I feel like it's going to look really nice. I probably should have put a blue one on sooner, but I might go back and try to start the wrap of the seed beads up at the top, cover my initial wraps, and then start going down. That was kind of, because it's very thin wire, I am hoping I will be able to hide the fact that I did that. But here, let's see. I'm going to hold the bead in my hand. I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to go back down. And you want to hold your like string of beads. My packages must have just gotten here because why won't it go around? Hold still. Thank you. You don't want to hold them so tight that you can't wrap them around your baseline. Oh my goodness gracious. Hold on 1 second. Move, move. No bar. Hey. Shake and grip. Knock off right now. Excuse me. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. All right, so we have that started. I'm going to go back to the silver and white. Okay, what are you trying to put up? Okay, sounds good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm guessing that Selena just commented, I'm right. Aww. So that's what came through in the chat. And then right under that, she said, love Selena. Aw, thank you, sissy. That's cute. Okay, back to stringing itty bitty tiny beads. Okay, so now that I've scattered these all over my mat, do I like need to make a hook shape out of it? Will that help? Let's see. Like I said, I've never been good at picking beads up off my mat. Okay, they're facing the right way. This does seem to be helping me. It's not going to tempt fate, though. I'm going to let those beads swirl down. I'm only going to do like a few more, but I want to make sure that there is a white, maybe a couple, before I try to put the little ball charms on. I really hope that this looks the way it looks in my mind. Because to me, these always looked like itty bitty teeny tiny snowflakes or ornaments. Okay. Again, I may have put more on than needed. So I'm going to hold these, the tension of this. Okay. Oh, I should have put a couple more. Okay, let me do a couple of white on the other side. Well, that was quite a few of the white. Okay, let's see if this is actually going to work the way it looked in my mind. Do not kink that wire, Heather. I'm trying to get the last two down, and it's wanting to kink. Okay, let's see. And again, this is going to be like swirled around, and it is doing what I wanted it to do. So here, let me try to flip this wire that is stuck on a snowflake. So see how it's just hanging down? I think that's going to be so cute. I need to get some more beads on, but I need to stop putting, well, no, I guess that's about a good space. Otherwise, the bicones will end up just being like on top of each other, and we don't want that. Okay. Yeah, only admins can. Okay, thanks for sending it to my messenger. It's a really cool tray that helps with seed beads and keeps them wrangled and clean up so much easier. I'm the admin for this. I believe Beth is on my team, so she could do it as well, but given that you sent it to mine, I'm going to go. Oh, that's not it. Here it is. I'm going to copy the link. And I'm going to close Facebook, otherwise I will get a bunch of... There's the link for what she is referring to. Luckily, I'm pretty quick at that kind of stuff. So, I tend to do better. I don't actually do better. That's craziness. When they're like sitting up on their side versus hanging down, I can pick them up much easier that way. I don't know if that's just a me thing or an everybody thing, but oh, my hook kind of like went away. Wow. And I don't have affiliate links, Jerica, if you're still on here and you know how to set that up on Amazon for me, I would greatly appreciate it, my girl. Okay, let's see how many we have to wrap. Okay, this seems about right for the next like little wrap situation. I just need to be able to, I don't understand why I can't like keep this. Okay, come on. Again, this will also be spiraled at the end to look like a Christmas tree. I'm just doing the beading part of it first, and then I'm going to wrap it because then I don't have to. And if you did this in green and gold, mostly green, just a few gold, that would be absolutely stunning. Okay, and I'm going to put a lighter blue one on. Of the bicones, I will do, it looks like 10 to 15 seed beads seems to be like the good spot, maybe 15. Okay, I'm gonna have to check it out. I didn't open the link. I just went and snatched it. So, okay. Time to do some more wrapping, but need to get the silver wire out of my way. Okay. Kind of hold your seed beads. Oh my goodness, this wire is all kinds of crazy. Again, you want to hold the seed beads in place, but you don't want to wrap so tightly that you break a seed bead. This is a very tedious and time-consuming technique, but I'm hoping that the results will be worth it, which I do think it will, because this is what I have so far. So it might look like one of those like aluminum trees when we're done, because there is no green on it, but that's okay. I'm going to put another one of the little ball charms on. And then we'll pick up some more seed beads. Are you a seed beater, Dawn? And do you have tutorials on your channel? If so, what kind? I tend to go down rabbit holes when I hear of like new channels or new techniques or whatever. I then have to go down the rabbit hole. So if you do, and all of a sudden, my question was, do you have is your Another Dawn Production, is that a YouTube channel where you post videos and tutorials? And also, are you a seed beater? I tend to use mine as spacers because, like has been shown today, I am better at flicking seed beads across the room than picking them up. And now that I've kind of figured out the number, I'm going to just keep putting beads on the wire, and then we can twist it. So we're not having to stop and start and stop and start with the stringing and then the wrapping. At least I'm staying on camera today. So when we set things up for the live last night, we moved my laptop much closer to the edge of my desk because I didn't like how the background was getting, like you could see the edges of it, where then you see the rest of my shelf and whatever else. So we set the laptop further, and that's going to also force me to be more tidy because I can't put a bunch of stuff in front of my keyboard like I used to do. So I really am trying to figure out the best like organization like solution that will work best for me, because I do want to be able to get to my beads. I think it will, and to know where things are. So I think setting up the corner shelves is going to be key, because then I can have all of my larger jars that don't fit in the display thing that's behind the background. Another silver. So they don't, it's one of the things that like a nail salon uses to display all of their like different colors and such. So I have one of those up on the wall, but only my smaller jars fit in it. And then my jars like this would get swallowed on it. So I have another like 7-set tiered, oops, sorry. I have I have 4 of them on the L part of my desk. So I think I did that. I'm holding this wrong. There we go. And that's where all of my jars are housed. But I also am enjoying using my stackers, A, for like my bead caps and spacers, but also if I'm like in the middle of a series, like all the snowflakes, then I can keep those supplies in the stackers so that it's all in like one area, not I don't have to pull out and put everything away multiple times. Okay, where was the okay? Nope, a few more. And I need some more silver out here. So it's just a matter of which it's just a matter of going through and really hunkering down and being committed to get it done. And I think we could do that in a weekend, but we would be giving up all other weekend things. And my husband works in construction and he does gas plumbing, which means that, he has to hold 3-inch steel pipe. First he's got to cut it and then he's got to thread it. And so it's just, he works really hard during the week. So I obviously feel guilty about him spending an entire weekend doing that. But I don't know. It would certainly, I wouldn't have as many disappearing acts because I would know where everything is. Well, I would still have disappearing acts, but I would at least know where I was going when I did. All right, another bicone. What color was the last one? It was the darker one with AB. You know what? Just for, where did I put those? I do have, those won't wrap. I'm trying to decide, where did I put them? If maybe I want to do a clear little crystal every now and then as well, or crystal bicones. I also have crystal bicones. Like the itty bitty 3mm ones. I think I'm going to do that every so often. So we'll go here if I can get it on my wire. Oh my goodness, Heather. I've got to figure out my lighting too, because in order for you guys to be able to see better on the mat, I can only have one of 3 light bulbs screwed all the way in, which just makes it a little bit harder for me to see, especially when I'm working with things like seed beads. So but so the thing is that like Becky is working, like her desk is up against a wall. So she has 2 lights on either side of her. But I don't have that. Mine is like, obviously the wall is behind me, not in front of me. We did toy with the idea of turning my desk the other way, but then we would almost always have to keep like photo background up, but yes. Okay. All right, I missed a whole bunch. Hold on. Okay. Sadly, at the moment, I only have one video, but the answer to your question is yes. It's going to have tutorials on how to do things, and then also projects. You're not really much of a seed beater at the moment. Me too. Uses ordinals. Yes, I use those as well, but then I moved to the little glass jars with the cork because it keeps all of the air out, especially for your metal components. So I tried to do that. I'm sorry that the black background isn't helping. See, it goes back and forth because, like, I hear so much that people are so glad I'm using a darker background so they can see the lighter beads better. But like this on a white background, you wouldn't see anything. So, but yeah. And then, okay, yeah, that's what I want the stackers for. So I want to have like all bead caps, all spacers, all whatever. Or I have another one of the tiered things, and if I find that this isn't working, that's the way I'll do it. And like, but I almost feel like I would have to have a silver one, a gold one, and then every other one, which makes it a lot. Okay, let's put another little ball charm on. And I'm going to tell you, these are not like, it's not like there's a flat head pin on the back of this. It's a solid ball that has the little loop on top. So I just put that on, right? Yes, I did. Okay. And as much as I hate to do so, I'm going to have to go back and start watching my videos on my channel to see which is clear, which works better, all of that. I want to put my, again, nail tech light up again without all of the light bulbs plugged in and see if that helps. And that's the like winning ticket as far as focusing and things being clear. I've also thought, oh goodness, about going to where I record with my phone rather than my document finder, but then that's a whole other thing entirely in and of itself. So being as this is not like a quick and easy process, I will probably try to finish up my stringing before, like, doing all the seed beads before coming on tomorrow, and then I will show how I wrap it around the base wire, and then how I then make the spiral out of the base wire. So, because I'm sure this is extremely tedious to sit here watching. It's like watching paint dry. This is like the time when I'm like, maybe there may be a key to having part of it done, but then you don't see in the long form videos, or the, like, I don't know what it's called. I know it's called the long, no, I just lost that term too. Long form video, when you just like start from scratch and don't do anything else. But yes. So we've been on for just about an hour and a half. And being on that, I do have somebody coming on after me today. I am going to make sure that you guys have time to go and tinkle, grab a new drink, refresh your coffee, get a snack, whatever it is that you need to do before Rosanna's comes on. I want to give you guys time to do that. And I have friend mail to like go through. I'm really excited. So I'm going to be doing a video of that. Oh, you're making while I'm, yeah. The light shining on the black. Okay, I don't think I'm understanding. Sorry. Back underground is not as clear as on the white. You are referring to the light shining on the black. Can you drop a link for Rosanna? I absolutely can drop a link for Rosanna. Aw. Lickety splickety. And I'm going to try to figure out why people can't post. I'm wondering if that's like something I can add. And as long as everybody obviously is responsible and isn't spamming the comments and everything else, maybe I can leave it that way so you are able to drop. I know I can drop on Becky and Jenny's channel because I've been an admin on Becky's channel because for like over a year now. I moderated for her for a couple of videos she did with Sam Speed Shop last year. And she has left it on, and still does now, so that I can go and grab links and drop them all. So, yes, it is fun. And don't tell them, but in their Christmas boxes, I'm doing a little Easter stash challenge for the two of them. So Becky can do it and so can Jenny. So that's going to be fun. I can't wait. I need to get all my Christmas boxes like sent out this week. Like in the next day or two, because I want everybody to have theirs before Christmas. And so then I want to have it. I am leaving so that Rosanna can do her thing at the top of the hour. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you guys for hanging out with me all the time. For your comments, your helpful hints and techniques and everything else. It is much appreciated. And I know she comes on occasionally. I'm not telling what the rest of her Christmas gift is. Hers is back. Go there. Anyways, all right, you guys have a great rest of your day. We will probably see you over on Rosanna's channel shortly. As always, happy beading, everybody.